Hello, you're listening to Hugo Talks Some More, another predictable policy being employed by big business, and in this case, airports. Here we see propaganda BBC, Heathrow to trial fast-tracking vaccinated arrivals. So this is the UK ramping up apartheid, sowing division in society. It reads, 2 of the world's biggest airlines will trial fast-track lanes at Heathrow Airport for fully vaccinated arrivals. Under the scheme, passengers on 4 routes will be able to upload their jabbed-up status before boarding. Once again, pushing people into using these apps that I've been warning you about. The trial by British Airways and Virgin Atlantic comes as the aviation industry calls for quarantine-free travel to the UK from lower-risk amber list countries. Transport Secretary Grant Shapps is set to announce such a scheme this week. So again, this shouldn't come as any surprise to those who watch this channel and have their head screwed on. But what a lot of these people who will be getting this app and using their fast track status, what a lot of them don't realise is that in the long run, travelling will be made more and more difficult and more expensive, as that's the plan. If these people continue to run the world and get what they want and people continue to comply, you won't be flying anywhere at all in the future. If you see this document from UK Fire's Agenda Absolute Zero, which is created by universities and all kinds of universities up and down UK and Imperial College, funded by you know who. It talks about the plan from 2020 to 2030 and then 2030 to 2050 and how they want to achieve absolute zero carbon emissions. And to do that, they want to close basically all the airports apart from Heathrow, Glasgow and Belfast. Only 3 airports in the UK. That's the plan. There are currently 40 airports. That's going from 40 airports to 3 airports. And it says here's a list on what they must do on travelling to achieve carbon zero with 5 requirements. It says, the impact of our travelling depends on how far we travel and how we do it. The most efficient way to travel is with a large number of people travelling in a vehicle with a small front. And we can all reduce our total annual mileage. And the first requirement is, number 1, stop using aeroplanes. So you can see that aeroplanes and flying on them is not something they want people to do in the foreseeable future. So whether or not you go into a fast track lane, it matters not, because they are planning on making it more and more difficult and more expensive, I would imagine, if you want to use aeroplanes and fly in the future. I mean, if you really want to go back to normal, the first step is to stop complying with these people, because by doing so, you're just going down this road where everything will eventually be shut off to you. Everything in regards to travelling and using energy will become prohibitively expensive, and there will be no way around it because you downloaded that app, which by then will have become a 24/7 surveillance, digital ID, track and trace, energy measuring, financial, social credit passport that will control what and how you live every day, no matter what you have or haven't had. So don't comply with their wishes. Don't do what they expect you to do, okay? We need to throw a spanner in the works. As always, thanks for listening. Come and subscribe to the tribe at hugotalks.com, a place for like-minded souls who don't follow the fake stream media.